friends, it's Miss Leslie from the Post Road branch of the Forsyth County Public Library, here with another Family Quest Challenge. We're bringing you a new Family Quest Challenge every Tuesday afternoon so we can still have some fun together even though we're not doing any in-person programs at the library this summer. If you're just joining us, welcome. You can easily catch up on our previous Family Quest Challenges on Facebook or on our YouTube channel. Some of our earlier Family Quest challenges included craft projects, STEAM challenges, a beat the clock Lego race, and even cake decorating. So tune in to see what you've missed. We would love to have you. Today we are here in a neglected corner of my backyard, and I have to tell you something. I have worms. I do. And so do you, actually. Scientists estimate that every acre of land houses about 250,000 worms, and fertile farmland can house even more, upwards of 1,750,000 worms per acre. And this is great news actually, because worms aerate and feed the soil so we can have healthier, prettier plants and flowers. So today, our Family Quest Challenge is to get out into a shady corner of your backyard with your parents' permission and see if you can find some worms. Okay friends, I'm going to show you some of the worms I've found today in my backyard. Here is one. Ooh, look at him go. I'm going to dip him in some water to clean him off so we can get a clear look at him. Now, please note, I am in the shade right now. I would not want to do this in the bright sun because worms do not like bright sunshine. Worms live underground. They like the dark. They need to stay moist. They breathe through their skin. So if your worm dries out, he will die. So definitely do this in the shade. This worm is crawling forward. You know how I can tell? Because his head is pointier than his tail. And this little band right here, I don't know if you can see that. That is called a clitellum. Sometimes it's called a saddle. And that is always near the front of a worm's body. But you can always tell which end is the mouth or the front, the head of the worm, because it'll be closer to that band, the clitellum. Now when he gets older, he or she, worms are actually both male and female. When this worm gets older and mates with another worm, this clitellum will slide off the front of the worm and form an egg sac, and that's what the baby worms hatch out of. Here's a fun fact: worms do not have any teeth, so he can't bite me. Neither of these worms are very big, are they? This one, see how his coloring is much paler than this one? That's because he's younger. When worms are first hatched out of their egg, they are almost invisible. They're kind of clear colored. And then they get darker as they mature. So this is a juvenile worm. Okay, I want to teach you one more cool thing about worms. They don't have any bones, and that's why they are able to twist and turn so easily. And their bodies are made up of tiny little round segments. And the underside of each worm has teeny tiny little bristles. You can't see them with your naked eye, but you can feel it. So if you hold a worm, you'll feel the top side is kind of slimy and the bottom side is rough like sandpaper. And those tiny little bristles are how the worm grabs the soil and moves. It also helps him anchor himself in a hole if there's a bird trying to pull him out. So if you're trying to pull a worm out of the ground and it's giving you some resistance, that's because he's using his little bristles to anchor him, to make it harder for you to pull him out. Don't pull too hard or you might rip him in half. And it's just a myth that if you cut a worm in half, you'll have two worms. That's not really true. We want to try to keep our worms intact. Okay, friends? Now I'm going to put my worms back because I want to have healthy soil that's full of fertilizer. The fertilizer actually comes from the worm's poop. When the worm eats decaying matter in the soil like leaves or dead bugs or the soil itself, he poops it out, and his poop is very concentrated in fertilizer. So it's great for the soil. Okay, friends, that's our Family Quest challenge for this week. If you go out into the backyard and find some worms, go ahead and snap a picture and have your parents upload it to our Facebook or Instagram page. We would love to see what you find. And that's it. I hope you've had a great time and learned a little bit too, and we will see you next week for another Family Quest challenge. Bye, friends.